everyone, I'm Ipsita, and I mean, of course, if you're here, you know me, but also because this is a special type of YouTube video. This is not the normal YouTube video. This is just for my audience. This is just for you who already follow me on Instagram and who are already connected with me. जैसे आपको पता है, हम every Sunday we do a Kaho Pucho, and from what I've gathered all through these years, we've been doing Kaho Puchos for like since 2018. And मुझे जो समझ आया, this is like one of your favorite aspects of my work. Personally, this is also my favorite, not one, this is my favorite format of interacting with you. So today we are doing something different. Usually हम कहो पूछो Sundays को Instagram पे करते हैं. आज हम क्या करने वाले हैं, मैंने अभी थोड़ी देर पहले एक story डाली थी before I started shooting कि I want you to drop in your best questions and I'm going to try and answer them. Like I see काफ़ी सारे अच्छे questions आने लग गए हैं, and let me pick a few of them and answer them for you. I'll start with a personal question. किसी ने पूछा है, how are you and how is Navratri going? If some of you know already, I just moved back from Bombay to Vadodara. I've lived here in Vadodara for like 6 years after I turned 18, and I moved from my hometown, which is Bhilai, to Baroda for my studies, and then I went to New York, then I lived in Bombay for a year, and then I came back to Baroda now. Now, because I have been so out of touch with the city for so long, I don't have many friends here, I don't do anything other than work here, so Navratri is a little, dull right now for me, but I'm working towards building my life here. More about that soon. But yeah, that's how my Navratri is going. The second question is, how do you kill the need for external validation for good and how to build internal validation? See, first of all, we have to become okay with the fact that external validation is fine. It's not a big deal. We as human beings, evolutionarily, हम इस तरीके से बने हैं that we are dependent on other people's social validation. We are dependent on people applauding for us. We are dependent on people giving us feedback to kind of see where we place ourselves in this world. Because all of us, आप, मैं, आपके दोस्त, मेरे दोस्त, हमारी families, we are all placed in the society in such a way that works with each other. It's like a well-oiled machinery. In order to know our own places in the world, and yes, hierarchies do exist, we like it or not, वो exist करते हैं. उसी hierarchy से ही दुनिया चलती है. Hierarchy is vertical hierarchies as well as horizontal placements. Now, social validation is an aspect of knowing where we fall in that hierarchy. Who am I in relation to you? Who are you in relation to me? Right? So, उसके बिना हम function नहीं कर सकते. At the same time, praise and criticism are just two sides of the same coin. अगर आप praise को, अगर आपको लोग बहुत अच्छी बातें कह रहे हैं और अगर आप उस चीज़ को बहुत seriously लोगे, तो then you also have to take the criticism seriously. मतलब अगर कोई आपको बहुत अच्छी बातें कहता है ना, आप बहुत फूल जाते हो, बहुत खुश हो जाते हो, अगर वो सेम इंसान या कोई और इंसान आपको कल को जाकर क्रिटिसाइज करे, तो आपको वो क्रिटिसिज्म भी बहुत सीरियसली लेना पड़ेगा. एंड फॉर मी पर्सनली आई फील दैट इज अ फॉर्म ऑफ स्लेवरी. इस बात को मद्देनजर रखते हुए कि यस, वी वांट सोशल वैलिडेशन, वी आर प्रोन टू इट, बट वी आर ऑल्सो कॉन्शियस बीइंग्स. हम अपने खुद के वैल्यू सिस्टम्स क्रिएट कर सकते हैं, हम अपने खुद के वैल्यू सिस्टम्स के हिसाब से चल सकते हैं. So if I have to take the praise seriously, I also have to take the criticism seriously. Personally, I would prefer to be free. कोई मुझे कुछ अच्छा कह रहा है या कोई मुझे कुछ बुरा कह रहा है, उसके हिसाब से मेरा मूड अगर ऊपर नीचे हो रहा है बहुत ज़्यादा, that is a form of slavery for me, and I don't think that's a sustainable way of living. The third question, how to survive in corporate culture being an anxious, introverted person? See, corporate culture कह लो या society कह लो, it is, especially the modern society, the modern work culture is set up in such a way that it rewards extroverted behavior. Again, I'll reiterate what I always say कि introvert होना कोई बुरी बात नहीं है. Main difference between an extrovert and an introvert is कि extrovert को लोगों से बात करके, interact करके energy मिलती है. Introverted लोगों को लोगों से बात करके energy जाती है, right? So if you wake up as an introvert, you wake up with 100 coins. With each interaction, you lose 1 coin. And as an extrovert, you wake up with 1 coin. And with each interaction, you gain 1 coin. So by the end of the day, you're left with 100 coins. Neurobiologically, biochemically, extroverted लोगों के अंदर positive emotion ज़्यादा होता है. So extroverted people are usually more positive. They are more upbeat. They are more enthusiastic. And naturally, as a result of those traits, योर इंटरेक्शंस विद द वर्ल्ड आर वेरी हाई एनर्जी. सो स्पेशली अगर आप कॉर्पोरेट कल्चर में अगर एक्सट्रोवर्ट हो, विच मीन्स कि आप लोगों से ज़्यादा बात कर रहे हो, आप लोगों को ज़्यादा दिख रहे हो, आप जो काम करते हो उसके बारे में अपने मैनेजर्स को, डिसीजन मेकर्स को बहुत ज़्यादा एक्सप्रेस कर रहे हो, राइट? सो नेचुरली आप दिख रहे हो लोगों को. On the other hand, on the exact opposite end of the spectrum is somebody who's introverted, right? अब जो introverted इंसान है वो उसको already लोगों से बात करके एनर्जी जाती है, they feel drained. So अब जितना ज़्यादा लोगों से बात करने के लिए avoid करोगे, the more number of these experiences will accumulate for you where you think that you should be talking to people but you're not really talking to them. So naturally एक extroverted इंसान है, let's say, और आप introverted हो कॉर्पोरेट कल्चर में, दोनों सेम अमाउंट ऑफ काम कर रहे हो, लेकिन एक इंसान है जो एक्सट्रोवर्टेड इंसान है वो अपने काम को 3 का 10 बता पा रहा है अपने मैनेजर के सामने, और आप 10 का 3 भी नहीं बता पा रहे हो. सो नेचुरली वी एज ह्यूमन बीइंग्स वी डोंट वांट टू डू सो मच वर्क कि वील स्पॉट अच्छा ये इसमें बहुत टैलेंट है, या ये ज़्यादा बोलता नहीं लेकिन ये बहुत केपेबल है. Decision makers don't have time for that. We as human beings, we don't want to think more than necessary. So जब एक extroverted इंसान अपने आपके लेवल का ही उसने काम किया है, right? And they are able to express it more efficiently. They are able to express it more clearly. So naturally, they have more leverage over you. Now, coming to the solution part, ये तो explanation हो गया, ये theory हो गई. What do you do as an anxious introverted person? Number 1, I want you to make a weekly rule कि आप या तो डेली रूल बना लो या तो वीकली रूल बना लो जिसमें you are expressing or sending your manager or anybody who's higher up than you make a list of things you did during the day, of the tasks that you completed during the week, and make a clear list of it, a very elaborative, clear list of it, and send it to your manager. Maybe sit and explain it to that. What we are doing is we want to show the managers, to show the decision maker, to show the authority that you have agency, right? And that these are the things that you have done. So if talking to the manager, if talking to your decision maker or talking to authority every day is not something that comes very naturally to you, I would urge you to create a system where you're conveying your manager what you did and how you did it in a structured format. Number 2, office की parties होती है, आपको बुलाया जाएगा. No matter how anxious you feel, I want you to go. Because what happens is, बहुत बार as an introverted, anxious introverted person, by the way, हर एक introverted इंसान anxious नहीं होता है, कुछ लोग होते हैं. So as an anxious introverted person, अगर आपको पार्टी में बुलाया जाएगा, आपको एक कॉल आएगा. Now naturally your first instinct is to not go, और maybe कोई बहाना बना के मैं नहीं जाऊँ, right? Because you're somebody who's anxious, who's introverted, जिनको social anxiety है. So if that is your first urge, I want you to fight past that urge and say yes to that invitation. Go to that party, because what happens is जब आप मना करते हो, जब आप कोई बहाना बनाकर मना करते हो, it gives your brain 5 minutes of relief in that moment. But that relief is soon replaced by more anxiety, because ये same काम आप 20 बार कर चुके हो उसके पहले में. So ये बार बार एक बहाना बनाकर ना जाना, लोगों के साथ इंटरैक्ट करने के अपॉर्चुनिटीज़ ना लेना is telling your brain in that moment, जब आपको वो रिलीफ फील होता है थोड़ी देर के लिए कि thank God I don't have to go today. What you're training your brain to think like is कि अगर मैं जितना लोगों से कम इंटरैक्ट करूँ उतना अच्छा है. But that's a recipe for disaster for anybody at all, no matter if you're introverted or extroverted. Say yes to it. Say yes to invitations, say yes to parties, go, make a fool of yourself, doesn't matter. I've spoken about the spotlight effect a number of times. Maybe I'll create another video around the spotlight effect. Basically, short में spotlight effect ये बताता है कि as human beings, we are such egocentric creatures कि we overestimate the amount of attention people are paying to us. So अगर मेरे सामने 10 लोग हैं और मुझे ये लगता है कि 10 में से 8 लोग मुझ पे ध्यान दे रहे, मुझे देख रहे हैं, मेरा मजाक उड़ा रहे हैं, मुझे जज कर रहे हैं, एक्चुअली इन रियलिटी ओनली अबाउट 2 people are in those 10 people, एंड वो 2 लोग भी 5 मिनट के बाद उनका लेंस भी ऐसे हो जाएगा. बिकॉज वी आर एगोसेंट्रिक क्रीचर्स. हमें ऐसा लगता है कि हमारे साथ कुछ भी अच्छा हो रहा है, बुरा हो रहा है, एवरीथिंग हैज टू डू विथ मी, राइट? सो दिस इज अ फैलेसी. This is a mistake, a thinking mistake that we make. So go to that party. Tell yourself, this is a trick that works really, really efficiently, really effectively. इसके अगर आपको किसी भी सिचुएशन में जाने के पहले डर लग रहा है, या आपको एंग्जाइटी हो रही है, या आप नर्वस हो या स्ट्रेस्ड हो, वो स्ट्रेस कहाँ से आ रहा है कि मैं अपने आप से ये एक्सपेक्टेशन रख रहा हूँ कि I have to be seamless or I have to be extremely comfortable in that situation, जो कि नहीं है. That's not true. You can give yourself the permission to be uncomfortable in that situation. So let's say if वो party is going to last 2 hours, you tell yourself before going to that party, I'm going to be uncomfortable for the next 2 hours. It's fine. I permit myself that discomfort. That's it. You keep your discomfort in your purse with you. You keep your discomfort in your bag with you in that party. That's fine. And then you come back. You do this enough number of times, repetition. You get the reps in, soon enough you will find out that you're much more comfortable in your interactions with people. यार एक तो आप मुझसे कोई भी सवाल पूछोगे ना, I can talk to you about it for hours. By the way, when I was struggling in my own closest relationships, I wish somebody gave me what I'm about to show you. I created India's first conflict resolution card game called Let's Fix It. It is a conversational tool that you can use to solve fights and conflicts with your loved ones. Relationships are like puzzles, and each fight reveals a missing piece. And most people avoid fights thinking that fights are going to damage relationships, when in reality, fights don't damage relationships. A lack of repair damages relationships. And Let's Fix It is your repair tool. It helps you create stronger bonds. It helps you solve fights and build stronger emotional bonds, and to make your relationships bulletproof. Now, Let's Fix It is available at beingbeyond.in and on Amazon. Now, back to the video. Now, somebody asked me about feminine and masculine energy. This is one of my most favorite topics to talk about. Number one, मैं feminine और masculine energy के बारे में इसीलिए बात नहीं करती because ये बहुत metaphysical चीज़ है. And my work is not related to the metaphysical. And this is something that I believe in personally. But I don't talk about it in my work or to my clients because I'm not an expert in that. That's not my area of work. At the same time, I'm extremely passionate about that topic, and I want to tell you my understanding of that topic. Feminine or masculine energy हम सब में होती है. So ऐसा नहीं कि if it's a female, she only has feminine energy and she doesn't have any masculine energy. No, all men have certain degree of feminine energy and certain degrees of masculine energy. Same for women. Women have both feminine and masculine energies. Let's say, for example, right now, I am in my masculine. I am in my yang. I'm in my leadership position. I'm here to talk to you straight, direct, right? I'm like, go, 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 let's get this done. I'm in that energy. Once I'm done with this, I'm going to go sit on my couch and relax. That's me being in my feminine energy. Now, feminine and masculine energy is something that shows itself the most in relationships, right? Relationships may usually the most appropriate level of compatibility is when one partner has a certain degree of feminine and masculine energy and the other partner has a complementary level of feminine and masculine energy. That's when they fit well with each other. If there's too much of the same thing in both of them, it's going to be a clash. Things are not going to move smoothly. किसी ने मुझे कल या परसों एक बहुत similar सवाल पूछा था. What is the feminine and how does the masculine energy respond to that? My answer to that is, as somebody in your feminine energy, you're in a state of being. You're in a state of receptivity. You allow. The masculine energy, on the other hand, is somebody who's more giving, who provides, who's more generous, right? So hame, if you're a woman, and I'm talking to you, as a female, especially in the modern setup right now, we feel often that we have to do a lot in order to be accepted and loved, that we have to give a lot, right? Or provide, or bring a lot to the table in order to be accepted and loved, which is not true at all. Your nature, and by the way, I'm not going to delve into the gender aspect of it. That's a topic that's more fit for a different setup, for a different type of video. I'm sure there are a lot of other channels that talk about that topic really, really effectively, much more effectively. If we're talking about the feminine and the masculine polarity, most women, we feel like we need to do a lot, bring a lot to the table to be accepted and loved, but that's not true. You as a female, as a woman, being and existing most of the times is more than enough. And allowing, keep your keep your receptive energy open. If somebody is giving you something, accept it, allow it. When the masculine gives you something, accepting and allowing it is the highest form of respect and acknowledgement that you can give the masculine. And in any heterosexual relationship, when these two things work well with each other, when these two things, the giving, the masculine provides and the feminine allows and accepts it, this is the smoothest form of operation, right? And this is where the relationship operates smoothly. Women, we are creatures of the energetical spiritual realm, and men are creatures of the material realm. And I'm not saying that either of these can't interchange or can't do. Women can do really well in leadership positions, and men can do really well. And we're progressively seeing a lot of men going into the spiritual domain. No, that's completely possible, right? But at the same time, when we are looking at the knee-jerk or the default setting of each of these partners, each of these people, we are looking at the highest form of functioning for feminine energy and masculine energy. Again, this is a very long topic, and we'll make a separate video only for this. And that's going to be a very simple, like, personal video for you. Okay, so the next question is, who is a toxic personality and why is this word so common nowadays? पहली बात तो toxic is such a generic word, and अभी toxic का definition ये हो गया है कि अगर कोई मेरे हिसाब से नहीं चलता है या अगर मुझे थोड़ा सा भी inconvenience हो जाए किसी के साथ तो वो toxic है, right? Which is a very big mistake to me, because most of the times हम दूसरों को तो जानते ही नहीं है, who they are, even people that you've been in relationships or been close to for years, हम दूसरों को तो नहीं समझते, सबसे ज़्यादा हम अपने आप को भी नहीं जानते. Oftentimes you will realize that in certain situations you act in ways that are not in accordance with what you think you are. That is where the aspect or the concept of shadow work or shadows come in. Carl Jung का जो shadow का concept है. There are parts of us that we have no idea about, that we suppress, that we keep down, जो ऐसे moments में आता है and it catches you off guard completely. We are not talking about cluster B personalities, right? Let's say like psychopaths, sociopaths, narcissists, right? By the way, narcissists भी इतना commonly use होने लग गया है, जबकि somebody who's clinically narcissist is very, very, very different from how we just throw around the word narcissism and narcissists all the time, especially because of social media. So let's keep all of that aside. That falls under clinical psychology. But if you're talking on an everyday basis, आप toxicity के लिए सिर्फ एक definition अपने साथ रखिए कि if there is somebody who I feel is actively trying to get in my way, who is actively, consistently trying to harm me, that is toxic. You have to give people benefit of doubt because people can make mistakes, right? There's a very big difference between intention and behavior. And to sustain any relationship, be it relationships, friendships, anything at all, you have to look beyond behavior sometimes, but once, twice, thrice, kitni baar. If you, after a point of time, we all have this innate sense of intuition and wisdom that we are able to tell very clearly that no, this is now starting to become a habit and an intentional behavior. Jab this person is actively trying to harm me or actively trying to get in my way, that is toxic behavior, and then you can decide what to do with it. किसने पूछा what can I tell myself when I'm hating myself for the decisions I have made? इसके बारे में मैंने अभी थोड़ी देर पहले एक YouTube वीडियो शूट किया है, how to forgive yourself and how to manage regrets. By the time that this video comes out, maybe वो already post हो चुका है, तो वो आप यहाँ पे देख सकते हैं. Basically उस वीडियो में I talk about the idea that your surroundings have a lot more influence on you than you think, and also 4 steps on how to manage regret and guilt and forgive yourself. Now the next question, how to have a good dressing sense? See, dressing sense is something that's dependent on a few factors. जैसे आपका body type क्या है, आपका body shape क्या है. Now, I'm by the way, those who don't know, इस बारे में बहुत ज़्यादा बात नहीं करती हूँ. I'm also an internationally certified image consultant, and I've studied a lot of the science and art behind dressing. So, कुछ factors होते हैं जिसके basis पे आप अपने आप को dress कर सकते हैं and in order to look put together and look the best possible that you can for yourself. Number 1 is your body type, skin tone. So let's say I have a body type where my shoulders are broader right? So I'm gonna go for lighter bottoms and darker tops. Now why? Because darker colors, they shrink light, and lighter colors, they expand light. So what happens is, what you're actually looking for when you're dressing is to make sure that your silhouette looks like an hourglass. And this is especially for women. For men, the silhouette can look like an inverted triangle. The other thing is, dress according to the occasion. Dress based on where you are going and what is the impact that you want to leave. I will share something very personal to me. So the way, if you notice my videos, if you noticed the progression of my work and my career, the way that I would dress 3 years ago is very, very, very different than the way that I dress now. Because of course, how my career has progressed, right? What I'm going to wear at a talk is going to be very different than what I'm going to wear when I'm hanging out with my best friend. Because what you wear, no matter if you like it or not, what you wear does have an impact, a psychological impact on other people. Other people do make perceptions and judgments based on what you're wearing and how you're appearing, right? बहुत लोग इस चीज़ को लेकर बहुत सेंसिटिव होते हैं. Why should I bother about what I wear, right? Substance होना ज़रूरी है सिर्फ, और किसी चीज़ की ज़रूरत नहीं है, which is partially true. आप सब्सटेंस रखो, आप सब्सटेंस डेवलप करो, अपने स्किल्स डेवलप करो, लेकिन at the same time, human beings, we are visual creatures, right? We are wired in such a way. You and me, we're meeting for the first time. If you come walking, I have about 5 to 7 seconds, and now even lesser time, to make a quick perception about you, even before you have spoken to me. And what do you think I'm gonna make that perception based on? What you're wearing, what your body language is like, right? So if we are built like that, why not use that psychological trait as an advantage, as something that you can use as a tool to further your cause or to further your goals? I'm going to try and keep these as short as possible. मेरे लिए बहुत मुश्किल है चीज़ों को शॉर्ट रखना, but I try my best because there's so much to talk about in all of these, every single topic that we talk about. मुझे कल परसों ही किसी दोस्त ने कहा that I should start writing a book, and I'm considering. So many of you have been telling me to write, and probably that's going to happen soon. Now the last question, ये बहुत प्यारा question है. How can I be so calm and confident in my life for decisions like you? Your own relationship with yourself. एक word होती है figure outability. It's not a word, but it's a created word. Figure outability. अगर आपको कोई काम या कॉन्फिडेंट दिख रहा है, हो सकता है वो श्योर है कि वो क्या कर रहा है, पर ये भी हो सकता है कि वो उसको वो श्योर नहीं है, right? But most people, let's say if you consider somebody successful, most successful people, they don't know every single move that they're making. They're also winging it in many ways. But the only difference is, it's never, oh, how am I going to do it? It's like, I say yes to something and then I figure out how I'm going to do it. So if you have some opportunity presented to you that you see in front of you, don't wait till you're feeling ready to do it. You're never going to feel ready. You're never going to feel ready enough. There's always going to be something that will be left. But if you make a habit out of saying yes to things, saying yes to life, saying yes to opportunities, and then on the way, figure out kar lo. There's nothing wrong with it. You have to trust your own ability to figure things out. And soon enough, you do this 5 times, 6 times, 10 times. And then you have built this reputation with yourself that no matter what happens, I know what to do. Or no matter what happens, I'll figure it out. And that's your secret to self-assuredness. और भी बहुत सारे questions हैं. Maybe I'm going to take them up in another video because ये story डाले हुए मुझे सिर्फ 1 घंटा हुआ है. Or maybe I answer this on my Kaho Puchos. But thank you so much for being here with me. And मुझे बहुत मज़ा आया ये करके. हम ये format test out कर रहे हैं अभी. Right, and we're going to do much more of these moving forward. But thank you so much for your support, for your love, and tell me in the comments below, which question did you resonate the most with? What is it something that you are facing? And I'll see you in the next video.